What is your American dream?
Well, my American dream is really a global dream. I kind of hoped at my young age that I would have seen the world advance a lot more, and I cry for the young women in Afghanistan who are not allowed to learn and develop themselves and become people, and I cry for the people of Ukraine, and I pray for a world where freedom is for everybody.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome, everybody. It is Thursday, May 26th. It's Wacky World Thursday. Oh, my collar. There we go. Much better. Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, how are you, sir?
Feeling great.
You got the blue memo.
I did.
Yes, I like it.
Yes.
Finally reading my text messages.
Finally.
Finally. By the way, congratulations to Juscallme. She is first comment on YouTube, first comment on Facebook,
yeah,
which means she's getting another Bradshaw Live mug.
She probably has like
she could have like a whole Christmas dinner
right
with Bradshaw Live mugs. You know, have
Absolutely.
the entire family. How many do you think she's got already?
Probably about 10.
Probably, yes. All right, let's go say hello to the squad. Yo, Willie L. Williams, how are you? Tracy, Tazzy, I already said Juscallme. Dion Reid, squad up, how are you? Elizabeth Francis, Maximilian Frontiers, squad up. Carol the Tiger, how are you? Who else we got here? Bertha Andrew, squad up as well. Let's go over to YouTube, Juscallme, number one on both.
Yep.
There you go. Banner Youssef saying hiya. Maria, squad up. Folly Babe. Welcome back, Brad family. Tammy Jansen's with a pre-schmooze question. I was adopted in 76. I'm a permanent resident. I have my I-551, which is the green card, I believe it's called. Would the best move be to update or to go for my citizenship? Go for your citizenship. Been a resident since 1976. It's about time you naturalize. That's the move.
There we go.
Yo, take it away.
Absolutely. All right, squad, you already know what time it is. I need you guys all to share. Please share to every and anybody that you know might need help or just want to join the family, all right? Because you already know we're about to start schmoozing with Brad. He's going to fill us in on the latest headlines, including where legislation on gun control in the United States stands after the Texas elementary school mass shooting in Uvalde this Tuesday, as well as some new Cuba policies recently announced by the Biden administration. And it is Thursday, so we of course are going to be spanning around the globe for some wacky world news, including the surprising reason of professional French soccer team demoted and ultimately fired their lead player.
Yes, it was a very smelly affair, I understand. And of course, you can call us right now, 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAW-LINK, 1-800-529-5465. That is not only the telephone number to call us on our show right now, it is also the telephone number to call Spar and Bernstein if you want to make an appointment with me or any of our senior attorneys. Internationally, it's +1 212-227-8933. We do have some open lines, so if you do call, we will get you on our show at this very moment. Not at this very moment, about 20 minutes from now. And later in the show, we will have squad versus crew rematch between show fan Juscallme Joelle, who just won a cup, and associate producer Jeremy Goldberg, a.k.a. J. Rhymes. You know him as the guy who makes the rhymes and the guy who brings in the tea. We also know him as our associate producer. And May is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So today they are going to play a game testing their knowledge of Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And if you can see a picture of Juscallme and J. Rhymes, neither of them actually have that heritage.
Nope.
So it is an actual even.
Yes,
it's
playing
an
field.
Nobody has the advantage there, right?
Even playing field.
Playing field. And by the way, The score is right now Squad
Oh,
9, Crew 8. So I hope Jeremy's representing for the crew.
We need
or the
this.
squad's going to take a
Two-point lead.
two-game lead on us.
Okay, Brad. You already know what we're gonna have to talk about.
What?
They're going in on the comments on Facebook.
What?
You
My
are-
glasses.
Yeah.
I'm going to, all right, before we schmooze, public service announcement. Public service announcement. We came in, Jonathan looks at me around 5:30 today, goes, "You brought your glasses?" And I go, "Damn." I said, "Jonathan, don't say anything. Maybe they forgot."
They are going in.
Jonathan,
There are caps.
and Jonathan said, "No, no, they're not going to forget." I said, "Jonathan, maybe cross our fingers they forget." So I said, "Okay, if they say anything," this was true, right?
This was true.
Okay, I said, if they say anything, next week is glasses week, not glasses day.
week.
Glasses. I'm going to leave my glasses right here every day.
I have mine, but I'm a team player, and I was like, I'm not gonna wear
I'm
it just to see.
I'm like, damn, I forgot my glasses. I forgot about it. And Jonathan's like, everyone's going to remind you.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they're going in.
like,
They're going
I'm like,
in.
no, they're going to forget.
Even Dion Reed's like public address.
You can't get away with anything with this squad,
No,
right?
no, not at
They
all.
can't get away with anything. All right, let's schmooze. So on May 16th, President Biden, he reversed a measure that Donald Trump ended Cuban reunification. He brought back the Cuban Family Reunification Parole Program. And what the Cuban Family Reunification Parole Program does is if you are a petitioner and your family member lives in Cuba, and you file an I-130 visa petition for them, whether you are married to you're a U.S. citizen married to someone in Cuba, a lawful permanent resident married to someone in Cuba, you're filing for your children, you're filing for your brother, you're filing for your parents. As soon as that I-130 is approved, the U.S. Embassy can invite you in for parole to wait out for your green card in the United States with your family members. Now, wouldn't that be actually great if they did that for every country? They're only doing it for Cuba right now. We'll talk about why in a second. But when we always ask everybody, what would be your number one change in immigration law? Everybody always says these long waits.
These long waits. Absolutely.
So they don't even have to change the immigration laws. All they have to do is say, we'll make a family reunification for every country. Or after the I-130 is approved, come in the United States on parole. As long as you pass background checks, you have good affidavits of support, and you would get a work permit and travel back and forth while waiting for your green card in the United States with your family. But right now they're just doing it for Cuba. Cuban Reunification Parole Program. And you wonder why. If you remember our discussion about the presidential elections, because people have good memories.
Yeah,
Squad,
right?
Okay, they remember our discussions that the Cubans broke in Miami for Donald Trump, which caused Biden to lose Florida. Florida is a very important state for not only the congressional races, it's an important state for the upcoming presidential election. You don't think Biden making this special program, Cuban Reunification Parole Program,
is that to win them back?
to win them back? Because right now, the Cubans, Trump got a lot of Latinos who came from, countries that have a history of communism and socialism, to paint Biden as a socialist. And nobody wants to escape communism and socialism and get to the next country, and it's communism and socialism again. So Biden, he got suckered by Trump on that one, and Trump got a lot of the Latinos who he would think would want to vote for Biden because it's not in their economic interest to vote for Trump. Trump's not cutting their taxes. They would pay less taxes under Biden. They'd get more social services under Biden. They would have better immigration laws under Biden, more rights provided to them by Biden, except Trump painted Biden as a socialist. So once that was done, there was no coming back. People were voting against their own economic interests.
Right.
People were voting against their own social interests. So I think this is Biden's way of trying to claw back.
That makes sense.
In that community. I wish he would do it for all countries.
Yeah.
All right, not just Cuba. Because then, after the I-130 is approved, instead of, you have these long waiting times, quite frankly, you're still going to wait 15 years for your green card, but at least your family member can come to the United States. They can work, they can travel while they're waiting for their green cards.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good idea for everybody.
That would be amazing for everyone.
Yeah. And also, there was a big, thought process that, Biden was going to invite Cuba. There's a big summit of the Americas in Los Angeles, and that he was going to invite representatives of Cuba. Also decided not to do it. You want to know why?
Why?
Because the Cubans who escaped Cuba hate the Cuban government for the most part.
Oh, that makes sense.
So why would
why
would they be like? Why would you want to bring them in to the Summit of the Americas?
Yeah.
So there was a thought that Biden was going to invite them, and then at the last second, he disinvited the Cuban delegation. He disinvited the Venezuelan delegation. He disinvited the Nicaraguan delegation. All three socialist communist countries, because he needs to show he's not a socialist. He doesn't want to deal with socialists.
I wonder if he did that, invited and disinvited.
Maybe,
politics. So everybody
everything.
knows, hey, y'all, I'm on your side.
Yeah, politics is everything. So now there's about 10 other countries from Central, South America, and the Caribbean who now say they're going to boycott this summit because the United States disinvited Cuba, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. So we don't even know if this summit's going to end up going off or not.
Wow.
But it's all politics, and Biden's trying to claw back into the Cuban community.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Ooh. Shout out to my mama in the comments, guys. Mama Yo-Yo's
Mama
up in
Yo-Yo's
here.
there?
Yeah. She's up in here. What's up, mommy?
Does Mama Yo-Yo wear glasses?
No, she's perfect. Perfect in every way. My queen.
Okay, good. Now, this is trifling.
No.
According to a 2-year investigation by Georgetown Law School Center, Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, ICE, has been secretly surveilling almost every American in the United States of America, whether they were a U.S. citizen, resident, non-resident, born in the United States or not. The report outlines the extent to which ICE has gone to form such a large-scale surveillance system that has reached into the lives of every person in the United States of America. The agency has gotten around local laws intending to protect individual privacy by turning to third parties, utility companies, private databases, and even the Department of Motor Vehicles to gather information from hundreds and millions of Americans and immigrants. They spent $2.8 billion from 2008 to 2021 on surveillance and obtaining data on American citizens who were born in the United States, naturalized U.S. citizens, lawful permanent residents, non-immigrant, visa holders, people undocumented, everybody. According to the findings from Georgetown Law Center, the report documents that ICE has the driver's license data of 3 out of every 4 adults living in the United States of America. They have scanned at least 1 out of every 3 adults' photos in a photo recognition software. The driver's licenses that they get, they take it and they go into some face recognition technology, kind of like some futuristic Arnold Schwarzenegger stuff.
Right.
They can track the movement of vehicles in cities that are home to nearly 3 in every 4 adults. So ICE, 75% of the cars on the road right now, if ICE wanted to, they can find out where the car is.
Wow.
And they can locate 3 out of every 4 adults living in the United States of America, no matter what their status is.
Whoa.
All of this is from private companies selling data to ICE. So there are privacy laws, and ICE is getting around it by buying data from private companies. In California, Governor Newsom signed a bill that promised to protect utility customer data from exposure to federal immigration officials. But that same data was sold to Thomson Reuters and Equifax, private companies. And then those private companies sold it to ICE.
We need to find out all the rest of those companies as well, so we could just boycott them.
Yeah. Isn't that pretty scary?
That's hecka scary.
That is
and that's foul.
right, yeah. And you know, the gun debate now is going on strong in the wake of the elementary school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. As we talked about yesterday, more than 200 mass shootings since January. And there is now, I guess, I don't know if it's sadly, ironically, but the NRA convention, the National Rifle Association convention, is going to take place in Texas.
Oh, gosh.
And they're going to invite many politicians to come and speak, and we'll talk about that in a second. But before we even get to that, there are laws right now that they can pass that are written, ready to be voted on in Congress. 2 bills that have already passed the House of Representatives that just needs to be voted on in the Senate to become law. One would require background checks for all gun sales. Makes common sense. Would not have prevented this tragedy because apparently the shooter in this tragedy did not have any criminal background.
Right.
But still makes common sense. Another one is that to close a loophole that allows gun sales to go through before the background check is even completed. So 1, mandated background checks, and 2, you don't get the gun until the background check is completed. Waiting for the Senate to vote on it. The Senate doesn't want to vote on it. So, you know, we'll see what happens. And we talked about the NRA. They're having their big convention in Texas. Currently, 19 current or recent Republican senators, including Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, Senators Rob Portman of Ohio, Joni Ernst of Iowa, they've taken at least $1 million each in campaign contributions from the NRA. Among others, Senator Mitt Romney, Republican of Utah. He ran for president in 2012. He's collected over $13 million from the NRA. Jameel Hill, a contributing writer for The Atlantic magazine, said, "Grief does not overwhelm the soul nearly as much as $13 million from the NRA overwhelms your bank account." Hours after the mass shooting, President Biden urged Congress to end the carnage of gun violence. President Biden was tapped by Barack Obama to be the point person to end gun violence after the Sandy Hook shooting in Newton, Connecticut. He didn't really do much of a job there. So I don't expect him to do much of a job again. But it's a lot of rhetoric. He said, why are we willing to live with this carnage? Why do we keep letting this happen? Where in God's name is our backbone? Comedy writer Bess Cab took it one step further and quote tweeted all the responses from GOP senators with how much they have received in campaign contributions from the gun lobby. After McConnell tweeted how he was horrified and heartbroken by the shooting in Uvalde, now the country was praying for those affected. Cobb, the executive producer of Amazon Prime's yearly Departed, used data from the Brady. Brady was the aide to Ronald Reagan who got shot.
Oh, okay.
And he lost a lot of his functions of his body. And I guess they now, in his honor, keep records of everything. And he gave a one-sentence reply. Mitch McConnell got $1,267,139. How horrified and heartbroken could he possibly be? So, and it really comes down to this. Okay, when you have Republicans saying people need guns in their hands to protect themselves from government, who are intruding on their lives, giving rights to people, giving rights to minorities. allowing pro-choice, free choice on an abortion, allowing same-sex marriages, giving people rights and liberties. And people say we need the government to stop being in our lives. And that's why we need a gun. To shoot this government. I don't know how you shoot a government. To protect ourselves from this government. It's all a bunch of BS.
I agree.
All a bunch of BS. So, and by the way, the Supreme Court is going to loosen, very likely, loosen gun laws right here in New York City. It's poised to do it right now. There's a law in New York City that says you could only get a license to carry a gun if you are in special and unique danger. Otherwise, you don't get a license to carry a gun.
Okay.
All right. That's why New York City, for many years leading up to these last couple of years when we've had a spike in violence, and but was considered the safest big city in America because people were not allowed to have guns.
See?
It was almost impossible to get a license to carry a gun in New York City.
That's how it should be.
Right? And if you remember years and years ago, there was not, for such a big city, there were very few murders.
Yeah.
And then if somebody carried a gun in with a license from out of state, they were looking at jail.
Yeah, you couldn't
do that either.
I remember that.
Right. Now, this law has gone all the way up to the Supreme Court. It was brought by the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association, and they're saying it is in violation of the Second Amendment that gives somebody the right to bear arms. And New York City is preventing people from bearing arms. And if they overturn this law, people will then be allowed to carry guns in New York City. We don't have enough violence in this city. We will have a lot more.
Yeah.
We will have a lot more. And quite ironic, we talked about the NRA. Their national meetings being held in Houston on Friday, tomorrow. Pumpkin is scheduled to speak.
Oh gosh.
And you want to know what's quite ironic about Pumpkin speaking at the NRA convention?
What?
He's insisting that everybody be patted down, no guns allowed. Can you imagine? The man who says everyone should carry a gun.
It doesn't even make sense.
The man who says everyone should carry a gun, going to the convention where
you're not gonna let them carry
the National Rifle Association that pays congressmen and senators millions of dollars to allow people to carry guns without even getting a license, without background checks, saying, you know what, if I'm going to give a speech, it's too dangerous to have guns. But I'm going to give a speech and say everyone should have a gun.
It's so hypocritical and backwards. That's why I said, like, once something, I feel like certain, Republicans, once something close happens, like a situation like this happens close to them or they're put into danger, that's when, it's like, oh, hold on. But to keep power and money, you're going to keep this up. It's
the Secret Service was asked by NPR News why Trump is not allowing guns. This is their statement.
Should let them.
They say it's the Secret Service has decided that the authority to preclude firearms from entering sites visited by our protectees, including those located in open carry states. I think it's quite hypocritical.
Very.
Yes. And by the way, you want to know another more hypocritical of this pumpkin? On February 14th, 2018, after the mass shooting at the Marjorie Stoneman High School in Parkland, Florida, when the 19-year-old gunman murdered 17 people, injured 17 others, there was a school security guard who was armed and ran and didn't protect anybody.
Oh, what?
President Trump called the behavior of the officer who stayed outside and did not go into the school during the shooting disgusting, and said he would have gone in the school even if he didn't have a gun to protect those kids. He said at the time, I really believe you don't know until you're tested, but I really believe I would have run in there even if I didn't have a weapon, and I think most people in this room would have done that too. and he's giving a speech to the NRA to allow everyone to have a gun, except in the auditorium where he's giving that speech. Nobody should have a gun.
Everybody in the comments.
Is that the height of hypocrisy?
Yes. Everybody in the comments. Let me know if you guys think that Trump would have ran into that school to help with no gun. Let us know.
Maybe if Melania was in there? Or
No. Oh, please.
No? Maybe if Stormy Daniels was in there?
No.
No. Maybe if Ivanka was in there?
No.
No. His daughter?
No.
No. Nobody.
Nobody.
All right, let's get to some wacky news.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do it. So we talked about this French soccer player. Got
Yeah, I
kicked
want
off.
to hear what happened.
He got kicked off. Are you a European
No.
football fan?
No. No, I have a lot of family that are.
It's the biggest sport in the world.
Yeah.
Most popular sport in the world. I am not either.
Yeah.
For those who are living outside of the United States of America, us Americans in the United States of America, we're not big European football fans. But people, it's the number one sport in the world.
Yeah.
And my two favorite sports, by the way, American football and basketball.
Same.
Yeah?
Yep.
I find baseball boring,
Oh, yeah.
and hockey.
I used to like playing it.
Hockey I never got into.
Oh, yeah. No, I never.
But I
got
love
into it.
basketball. I love American football.
Same.
But this is European soccer. I like boxing too.
Oh, yeah. I could do boxing.
Yeah. French professional soccer team Lyon. Their number one player, Marcelo. He was a 34-year-old defender from Brazil. He only has one name, Marcelo.
Marcello.
That's it. I even have two names, Uncle and Brad.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy has one name, Marcello. You have two names, Yo and Yo.
This is true.
All right, you're Yo-Yo, right? But he only has Marcello. He was thrown off the team, their number one player,
Why?
because he was farting too much in the locker room.
You've got to be kidding me.
That's what I said. You got to be kidding me. This guy is so gassy and so disgusting.
That's so
that
nasty.
they took. I'm going to
This
tell
is
you.
real?
It's real. Yes, look. This is why he was so good. Nobody wanted to get near him. He had the ball. He just blow by everybody.
What?
So when the announcers would say, "Oh, Marcello, he just blew by everybody," we didn't know what they really meant.
What?
We didn't know what they really meant, but he was really blowing by people. And they threw him off because he was farting too much. They called it inappropriate behavior, but the news is saying it was because he had too much flatulence in the locker room. I can tell you something. Can you imagine if we invited that guy in to be a guest in our studio? We would definitely do it. We would definitely do it by Skype.
Gas mask.
We would not want him in the studio, right? Is that disgusting?
Yeah, that's
not wacky. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
We're gonna go off to India, Jonathan.
Okay.
In India, there's a couple that is suing their son and daughter-in-law.
What? By the way, I like what Juscallme said. They probably wanted to kick him off the team for a long time. That's a BS reason. That makes sense.
For farting?
Yeah. Come on, farting and laughing.
Maybe he's been farting for years, and they're like, I can't take it anymore.
There's got to be a deeper reason. I agree with you, Juscallme. I agree.
I don't know. Well, I'm going to let Juscallme do some investigation. Yeah. Come back to us next week and see if you found out anything else.
Right.
What's going on with Marcello the farter. Meanwhile, a couple in India is suing their son and daughter-in-law for not giving them grandchildren. There's such a lawsuit in India. In the petition, according to CNN, the couple claim they spent 20 million Indian rupees, about $257,000, raising their only son, educating him. Yet he's been married for 6 years and never gave him a grandchild. In the lawsuit, it says they raised him, they educated him, they made him capable, made him a pilot, which was expensive. They see other people in the neighborhood playing with their grandchildren, and they want grandchildren too. And according to the lawsuit, they even bought their son and daughter-in-law a car for their marriage.
Oh, gosh.
As a wedding gift. And they still have no grandchildren. And in India, according to my notes, it's sometimes a legal duty where parents can claim a monthly allowance from their adult children under an Indian federal law that seeks to protect parents and senior citizens who may not be able to take care of themselves. And although this lawsuit is very rare, the topic of family obligations has long been controversial in India, where carrying on the family line and caring for elderly parents and in-laws is often seen as a duty for the younger generations. What do you think, Yo-Yo?
Thank God I'm not
Ask
in India.
Mama Yo-Yo.
No.
Is there a lawsuit coming?
Listen.
Mama Yo-Yo's watching.
Right.
Okay,
That's what
Mama
I said.
Yo-Yo, is there a lawsuit coming against Yo-Yo for no kids?
Thank God I'm not in India. That's all I could say. And my brother just had a beautiful, beautiful girl that is my niece, so my parents are okay for a while.
So Spar and Bernstein will not be getting a call from Mama Yo-Yo for any litigation at any time soon.
Nah.
All right. Let's see what else is here. Laura Young. She was browsing through a Goodwill store in Austin, Texas in 2018 when she found a bus for sale. She bought it for $34.99. Mm-hmm. When she got home, she realized she didn't buy some, fake thing that was just made, but she bought an actual Roman head that was chiseled in the 1st century BC and was part of the Bavarian king's art collection from the 19th century until it was looted during World War II. The Bavarian king is the German king before Germany, Adolf Hitler, and eventually it got looted during World War II. How it got to Texas, nobody knows. Okay, but she got it.
Wow.
And then she contacted Sotheby's and Bonhams, which are 2 auction houses. They confirmed it was a real Roman bust worth presumably millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars.
At a Goodwill?
At Goodwill for $34.99. But the last laugh was on Laura Young.
Why?
Because it was a stolen bust. It turned out that it was a stolen bust, probably stolen by an American World War II veteran who brought it home after leaving Europe after World War II.
Wow.
How it got to Goodwill, nobody knows. So because this was a looted art piece from World War II, it had to legally be returned to the Bavarian king, which is now the German government. And she lost out, presumably, on millions and millions of dollars. They gave her a finder's fee, but she did not say what it was.
Do you think it was a good amount?
Probably got $100,000 is my guess.
I mean, that's better than
that
nothing,
would be my
though.
guess. I have no idea, but that's what my guess would be.
I hope they hooked her up with something.
Well, they just.
That's wild.
Yeah. Can you imagine,
Now
I got millions! No, I don't have millions.
Now I want to go to Goodwill stores and just start buying stuff.
By the way, I love that show on PBS. Do you ever see it? Antiques Roadshow? When people
Where they bring in their stuff.
Yeah, I found this in my attic. And it was, well, what is this about? I don't know. My great-grandfather said he had it from the Civil War. Yeah. And then they bring it in and oh, this is a Picasso. It's worth millions. And
I saw one where it was something that a queen from back centuries ago, it was a comb that she had, and that they had a whole story behind it. I was like, what? And they had no idea. They got it from their parents or grandparents' attic or something.
You know what? I think this weekend I'm going to go rummage through my parents' basement.
Yeah,
I'm going to see what the hell they got down there.
If my parents were from the United States and they had stuff here, I would be all up in their attic.
Yeah, my parents are from the United States.
Yeah.
My grandparents are from the United States.
You never know.
My great-grandparents are from the United States.
You never know.
They got to have some crap down there that's worth something.
I'm telling you.
I'm going to go look.
You should. I'm just going to go to Goodwill.
Imagine I come on Tuesday with glasses and a Roman bust sitting right there.
We're going to start bringing everything we find here.
All right, that's our wacky news. We got to get to our TikTok time. In this edition of TikTok, I answer questions about visas and if a child of a U.S. citizen can get a U.S. passport. You want to marry a stripper from overseas? Why don't we just call her your future wife? Isn't that much nicer? File an I-130 visa petition. Marry her, file an I-130 visa petition. You could always apply for a visa, but if you've already been filed for your green card and you're in process, they're not going to give you, U.S. Embassy is not going to give you a visitor's visa to come visit the United States because you've already shown intent to get your green card and live in America, United States. if the father of your child is a United States citizen, lived in the United States for 5 years after his 14th birthday and before your child was born, then your child is, guess what, a United States citizen. He should be taking your child to the U.S. Embassy, get a consular report of a birth abroad of a United States citizen, apply for a U.S. passport. Yeah, you get all sorts of questions on TikTok. You know, I want to marry a stripper. I'm like, why can't you just say I want to marry someone abroad? Why do we have to know that your future wife is a stripper? Why is that important to the immigration question? People are just crazy. Did you see the one on TikTok a few days ago? Someone goes, what if I get severely stabbed on the street? I'm like, why do you think you're going to get stabbed on the street?
Kind of.
People ask the funniest things.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for some meat and potatoes?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, from Orlando, Florida, Sean Carter, known as Jay-Z. At least I'm told it's Jay-Z. I don't think it's the real Sean Carter. Is this the real Sean Carter?
Yeah, that's a shortcut for Juan Carlos.
Jay-Z from Orlando,
Yes,
Florida.
sir.
What's up?
I'm married to a U.S. citizen for the last 47 years.
Is her name Beyonce?
Yeah. And I'm married. And today for tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, I never do the paper, and I decide to do the paperwork.
Oh,
because she was
finally,
enslaved.
47 years later. Good. So what's your question?
Right. My question is, I went to court for an interpreter for somebody who's getting divorced.
Uh-huh.
And that day I went to the Saturday before, we went to a bachelor party, and I was set up. When I went to the court on Monday, they found a little blade and a little small bag of residuals in my wallet. And because of that, 5 attorneys, they told me that I cannot do and finalize my paperwork. Is it true or not?
Well, it depends. Were you arrested?
Well, apparently the record said that I was arrested.
Okay, were you found guilty of something?
No, I got a public attorney. He said to me, in order for you to get free in this one, he said, you plead guilty, and that's it, you're done.
Well, what did you plead guilty to? It depends what you pled guilty to.
To a misdemeanor in possession of paraphernalia.
Okay. And is this your only arrest ever in your lifetime?
Yes, sir.
And how did you come to the U.S.?
I come from Chile in transit to Canada. And back then in 73, immigration, it was not that bad at all. They let you come out with the luggage, and we decided to stay in New York.
Okay. So how have you ever tried to get a green card in the United States ever in your life? How come you missed the amnesty in the 80s?
No, I haven't tried to get any documentation in the United States.
Never in your lifetime?
Never in my lifetime.
Well, you're going to have it. You may have an issue adjusting your status if you made a legal entry into the U.S. Okay.
I have my passport that I come through the immigration in New York.
You did
Kennedy.
come through immigration then. Okay. All right. So then that's a different story. So you came from Canada in transit to go back to Chile and stayed.
No, I come from Chile in transit to Canada.
Got it.
Okay,
so you did make a legal entry. All right. So this is the story. You're allowed to have one petty offense. It sounds like you have a petty offense. You'll still be eligible to adjust your status. And even if this turns out not to be a petty offense, you've been here for 40-odd years, I think we would get your waiver approved.
Okay.
So I think you'll be okay.
Can I set up an appointment with you? How can I contact you?
Yeah, hold on one second.
Thank you.
All right. I'll never forget Jay-Z calling. Joe in Fort Lauderdale. How are you?
I'm fine.
All right. What's going on?
Okay, I have my sister filed for me. I get through. Is there any way you could file a waiver for me to get my papers in America?
Your sister filed for you and you got through, and now you want a waiver.
Yes.
What do you mean you got through? I don't know what got through means.
Okay, they send me a visa, but I don't want to go to Barbados. I want to get my documents here.
I understand. Okay, so you overstayed your time.
Yes.
And you were filed for by your sister.
Yes.
Okay. When did you come to the United States of America?
1995.
Yeah. Have you ever tried, besides your sister filing for you, have you ever tried to get a green card before?
No.
Never in your lifetime.
No.
When did your sister file for you?
In 2003.
Okay. Where's your mom and dad?
My father died. My mom is back in Grenada.
Okay. Did either one of them ever try to get a green card back in the day?
No.
Okay. You are not 245I eligible. So based on your sister's filing in 2003 and the fact that you never had anything filed before 2001, your parents never had anything filed before 2001, you're ineligible to adjust your status based on your sister's filing. If you go back to Barbados, you don't have a way of getting a waiver. So then you would be stuck for 10 years. You can't go back. Not that you don't want to. You can't. You'll get stuck. You'll never come back. So at the moment, your sister's filing is worthless for you. After waiting all these years, unfortunately. So we got to figure out a different route. I don't know what that route. I don't know what that route is. We would need to have a consultation. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's go to Randy in the Bronx.
Hello, Brad.
Hi, Randy.
How are you, man?
Good, what's up?
I got a question.
Yes.
I get married last year and I filed for my wife in Jamaica.
Right.
And she got a visa. You think if she travel on the visa is a problem while her paperwork is going through?
If she has a visa, they should allow her in the country as long as she has a return plane ticket to leave within a few weeks. She is allowed to visit her husband as long as they don't believe she's coming to live here.
Oh, so although the paperwork going through, that's no problem, right?
I mean, they could always, I mean, you never know what they're going to say at the airport, but presuming she has a plane ticket and a return plane ticket within a few weeks, that to me is evidence that she's not planning on staying. The fact that she's planning on staying is that you have a visa petition filed for her, but I don't think they would turn her back. I think they would allow her in. You always take a tiny, tiny chance, but I think it would be okay.
Yeah, because I don't want to really take the chance because paperwork is going through.
All right. So then, why don't you have a consultation? We'll talk about other options. Maybe a K3 visa for her to come visit. All right, hold on.
Okay.
Let's go to Sam in Phoenix.
Hey, hi, Brett. Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you. How are you?
Hey, I'm good, Brett. How are you?
Good.
Hey, so I have a question. A friend of mine got arrested back in 2019 for an accident-related issue, and then
got arrested for what?
For accident, like leaving the scene of an accident.
Leaving the scene of an accident. Okay.
Yeah, he got arrested in 2019,
right.
And then charges were filed against him, but then case got settled with civil traffic violation.
Okay.
So is there any issue with him traveling or something?
No, it doesn't sound like he has any criminal record.
Okay, so he got arrested. That's it. But final criminal charge got settled. With
you can get arrested, for a million times. It's not what you were arrested for; it's what you were convicted of. He was convicted of nothing. He has a civil infraction. You told me.
Oh, so he should be fine with civil traffic violation.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Let's go to Adam in Boston. Adam. Adam, how are you?
Hello? Yes, good. How about you, Brett?
Good. What's going on?
Yeah, I have just one question. I have a criminal in fraud case, and I got a deal for 4 years probation and restitution, but I'm a green card holder. If I go trial, I will be facing 2 to 5 years in prison. What should my option?
What you're pleading guilty to a fraud, and what was the loss to the victim? What do they allege that was defrauded?
It is the state. It's the state to Medicaid.
Okay, how much did the state allege?
It's almost $37,000.
Okay, if you are found guilty of a fraud where factually the loss to the victim, whether it's a state or a human being, is more than $10,000, that is an aggravated felony and automatic deportation. So it sounds like to me that this is an aggravated felony that you would be pleading guilty to, and you would be automatically deportable. And probably what would happen is you would go on your parole hearing, and one day when you show up to your probation, I mean, not your parole, your probation hearing, and one day when you show up to your probation officer, there's ICE waiting for you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think you really need to have a sit down with an immigration lawyer and a criminal defense attorney, you know, so you understand the full ramifications of pleading guilty to this offense.
And I don't get a waiver?
You do not get a waiver for an aggravated felony.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go to Jamal in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Hi,
Jamal.
sir. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good, sir. Sir, I have a question. I'm a asylum here.
You're what? You guys speak up, Jamal. Jamal, time out. I don't hear you. Take off speakerphone. Talk into the...
Yeah. So I'm asylum. I have asylum here.
Right.
I applied in 2016.
Uh-huh.
And I came from visa from India with my family.
Right.
But I'm still waiting for my interview. So I had some medical issue and applied for expedite request for interview. They got my expedite request approved on January. But I'm still waiting for a scheduled interview. They approved on January.
I don't know. I didn't do it for you. I have no idea. Hopefully soon.
But my question is, if they approve expedite request, they will be actually schedule me fast?
I would assume that you will be scheduled sometime in the next few months. If they didn't approve your expedited request, you probably wouldn't be scheduled till 2030.
No, they already approved it. I got the
I understand that.
letter.
I'm saying if you didn't get it approved, you wouldn't be scheduled for another decade. So probably wait a few more months. You'll get it approved. You'll get your interview.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me hope, sir.
Okay.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Bye.
Let's go to Maxwell in Columbia, South Carolina.
Brad.
How are you?
Good. I did my N400 interview on January 11th, and then I passed the civic test and the history. But the immigration officer told me she couldn't make a decision. They will review my case. And, I don't know. That was what she just said, that she couldn't make a decision on.
What's in your history that needs to be reviewed?
Well, I mean, I had a misdemeanor that was dismissed, and I gave her the disposition and everything.
When was the misdemeanor dismissed?
2019.
Okay, that's why. Because you need to show 5 years good moral character. You had an arrest within that 5-year period. So as a result of that, the immigration officer who interviewed you does not have the authority to say you have good moral character. That has to go up the chain of command to the supervisors to make a determination.
Okay, because on the form it says they had 220 days to make a decision.
They have 120 days to make a decision, so hopefully they will within this 120 days.
But it's well past that. It was January 11th.
All right, so you have two choices. You can continue to wait. You can make what's called a de novo review and bring the case into federal court and let a federal judge decide.
Oh, okay. All right. I will call you for consultation. Let's find a way forward.
Okay.
All right. Then.
Hold on. Let's go to Moses in Killen, Texas. Moses.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. What's going on?
Good. Thank you for helping everybody. I have three questions.
Yeah.
The first question is, I filed the I-30 for my mama, and then the time I was filing the application, her passport wasn't ready. So I couldn't put her passport information. Is there a reason for them to give me an RFE later?
That shouldn't be a reason to give you an RFE that she doesn't have her passport information yet.
Okay. The second question is, when you expedite the case with the congressman, how long does that take the USCIS to respond to them?
A couple months, but that doesn't mean a congressman's going to get your case expedited.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay. The last question is, my friend, she's from Togo, so she married somebody over there when she was coming. She won the green card lottery, and that's how she came in. So unfortunately, when she was coming, she married before she came. So a couple of months later, I guess her boyfriend, her marriage was falling off. Then she filed the I-30 for her husband, and then they denied the I-30. So she couldn't, since the man was doing, the man was cheating on her. She didn't continue that application.
I'm lost. She won the visa lottery. She married a man right before she got her visa, so that man came as her husband as a derivative beneficiary. That marriage didn't work out. She divorced that man and married someone else, and they denied that application for the second husband?
No, the problem is the man is still, when she married before she came over here, after she have the visa. So the man was still in Togo when she came over here.
I understand. So then she filed a petition for her husband after. So why was it denied?
They denied because they said it wasn't enough of evidence to prove the legitimacy.
Okay. So we got to go back to the drawing board and prove it's a real marriage.
Yeah, but the problem is right now she's no longer interested to marry that man no more.
So let her get a divorce in the United States.
So the problem, the marriage, her marriage is still the man still in Togo.
You can get a divorce in the United States from a man in Togo.
Oh, okay. So the problem right now, she's scared that when she's gonna go for her for the citizenship, they're gonna deny her.
No, she just wasn't able to prove it was a real marriage.
Oh, okay.
They didn't accuse her of marriage fraud, I assume. She can get a divorce.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, good luck. Let's go to Romy in Naugatuck, Connecticut. Romy.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Brad.
How are you?
Pretty good. I have a question. I'm about to file for my mother, but she got a 12 years old and a 23. The 12 years old is fine, but the 23 years old can take care of himself, right? Will he be able to come with her?
No.
No.
No. So after your mother comes, your mother would have to file for the 12-year-old, and then the 12-year-old would wait 2 to 3 years for his or her green card.
Okay, and the 24-year-old that can't take care of himself, how would that be?
What do you mean the 24-year-old can't take care of himself?
He's sick, so he can't.
Then the mother would have to file a visa petition for that 24-year-old as well, but that'll take 5, 6, 7 years.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing you can do to jump those waiting times. So maybe the mother gets a green card and goes back and forth a lot. Maybe she finds someone to care for these children until they can come up. So, one or the other. That's what most people do.
And how long would it take for her to get here if I file for her?
About 1.5 years.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you, bro.
You're welcome. Bye. Let's go to Janine in Jacksonville, Florida.
Hi, Brad.
Hi. How are you?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Okay. I want to ask you a question. I have a friend that was get deported, but he is in Jamaica. However, the deportation that he got was aggravated felony.
What was the aggravated felony?
17 years ago.
What was it for?
Pardon me?
What was the aggravated felony?
I'm not quite sure what was it.
Was it drugs? Was it violence? Theft? It depends.
The noise in the background, I can hardly hear.
It depends what the aggravated felony was for. If it was for drugs, you can never come back. If it was
what?
It depends what the aggravated felony was for.
Okay.
If it was drugs, you can never come back.
Okay.
If it's a crime of violence, the waiver is so hard to get that it's almost impossible to do. If it was for something that's not a crime of violence, and it was not drugs, and it was more than 17 years ago, then you got a shot to bring them back with waivers. That doesn't mean a guarantee, but there's a reasonable chance.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna let him call and see if he could get a consultation and we have to talk to him.
Okay, great. Let's go to Abdul in Clifton, New Jersey.
Hi, how you doing, Mr. Reid?
Good. How are you?
Very good. I was green card holder when I play for my son, and unmarried children under 21. In September 16, 2019, I-797C approved in September 16, 2020. On September 22, 2020, MVC approved. In July 8, 2021, MVC the communautaire qualify.
Okay.
In October 14, 2021, I get my citizen.
Okay.
On February 18, 2022, my son has an interview in the consulate in Casablanca, Morocco. Everything was good. After 2 weeks, the consulate called him and tell him we're going to change from F2A to F1.
How old were you when you got your citizen? How old was he when he got his citizenship?
Yeah, my son born in October 14, 1998.
So he was already 21 when you became a citizen?
Yeah, over 21, yes.
Okay. So he was an F2A.
Yes.
He was an F2A under the Child Status Protection Act.
Yes, sir.
And then he became an F1 because you became a citizen. And then as a result of that, the priority dates are no longer current. But he should still be an F2A. I would like to look at that paperwork.
So I sent to you, sir, all the
hold
paperwork?
Hold on one second. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Let's go to Cal in Indianapolis.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah. I got a question. I'm married to American citizen. We got 2 kids. I filed for my green card, and then they approve my work authorization, and then they now come back to me and say that the divorce decree that I did from my country, which is Nigeria, they said it's not valid, and they said I have to.
I have to be honest with you. Almost everybody's divorce from Nigeria these days is not valid. I don't know why that is, but it seems that every divorce is not valid these days.
Okay, so but now they said just because of that, my marriage, the marriage that I did here is not valid, and then so when I went to go and see an immigration lawyer, the only option they gave me is I have to
divorce the wife in Nigeria again.
You said what, sir?
The option is divorce the wife in Nigeria in the United States, then remarry your U.S. citizen wife.
Oh, so that's the only option?
That is your option because you're still legally married to the woman in Nigeria. You can do a divorce in the United States that would be recognized, obviously. Do that divorce. Okay. Your current marriage is void. You're a bigamist, so that's a void marriage. It's as if it never happened. Do your divorce against the woman in Nigeria. It would be uncontested in any state. It only take a few months.
Okay.
Then as soon as you're divorced, remarry your current wife, refile again.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Oh, I have my friend here. He got a question too.
What?
Hello, sir.
Hi, friend.
Yeah, my American wife, when she filed our tax for last year, she used her mother's apartment number instead of our own apartment number. Now I want to file for my I-130 or I-1485 now. That's it. Because
as long
of
as
that,
you and this woman live together right now, and as long as you have a bona fide marriage, you physically live together, and you have a financial relationship, now, the moment you're filing your adjustment, you're fine.
Okay. Because I want to file.
Don't worry about where she lived 6 months ago. She didn't file for you 6 months ago. It's where you're living now.
We are living in Indianapolis.
Fine. So that's where it is. You live together. You have a financial relationship. It's a real marriage. You can file.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to Jed in Brooklyn. Jed.
Hello?
Hi, Jed.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, I have a question for my friend real quick.
What?
He was arrested some time ago, and the case was dismissed. And because he was dismissed, and I think he overstayed 2 months already, so they put him in removal proceeding, but they didn't file the removal till sometime in 2020. And before then, he already applied for asylum. So, and they filed it in 2020. I think he applied for asylum in 2018 or 2019.
Okay.
And now
So he has to do his asylum claim before the judge now if he's in removal.
Oh, he has to. Okay, is there like a way they can? Is there like a way he can do a waiver or something?
No, he would just do if he's moving forward with his asylum.
Yes.
He would be doing his asylum claim before the immigration judge.
Okay, so he can't do it in the like get a waiver and let it go through the right process.
No, you can't go back to USCIS now. He's in removal.
Even if he filed the asylum before the USCIS filed the...
Yeah, they put him in removal, you're in removal. Now you do it before the judge.
Oh, okay. So now, please know like how long the process takes?
In New York, it's 3-4 years before a judge right now. It's taking a while.
Before a judge?
Yeah.
But within that period, are they going to be able to give him a work authorization?
Well, he should have had a work permit from this prior asylum case, so he should be able to renew it.
Okay, so he should be able to renew it, right? Okay, because the problem he was having was because they said because he has 2 alien numbers, 2 A numbers, and they kind of mixing things up.
He needs a good lawyer. He's got 2 A numbers, a conviction. They never gave him his asylum hearing. He's now in deportation. This man needs a lawyer.
Okay. Thank you. I'll give you a call.
Let's go to Jose in Houston.
How you doing, Brad?
Hi, Jose. How are you?
Good, pretty good. I have 2 years green card. Now I have 10 years green card, and I want to apply to the citizenship, but I was arrested in 2004 for traffic tickets. In 2006, I was arrested for trespassing property and possession of marijuana.
What happened with the 2006 case?
My case was dismissed.
All right. Now, when you applied for your green card, they knew about these 2 convictions, right? 2 arrests.
Yeah, they know.
And then since you've gotten your green card, no arrests?
No, I never had one. But
yeah, you can do your citizenship. You'll become a citizen, no problem.
Okay, before I have my green card, I got a lawsuit, like civil case.
That's still not a problem. There's no civil case that can prevent you from becoming a citizen.
Do I have to say it?
That's not a criminal case. You don't have to discuss your civil matters in a citizenship application.
Okay. And after I apply to the citizenship, can I travel for 3 weeks?
Yes.
Okay.
So far, you're all good. When you file for your naturalization, you can travel outside the United States and return. Just don't go on long trips because you don't want to break the continuity of 30 out of the last 60 months you're physically in the United States, no trip more than 6 months. So yeah, 3-week trip is fine. The fact that your arrests all happened before you got your green card is fine. Immigration knows about it. You've had a clean record since. Fine for citizenship. The fact that you're in some civil suit that somebody's suing you, you're suing somebody, whatever it is, that has nothing to do with becoming a citizen. So you're good on all accounts.
Yeah, because I never say it. I never say about the my civil case when I applied to.
You're all good. Any other question?
That's it.
Thumbs up, Jose. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, and by the way, if you didn't get your immigration questions asked and answered, you could always follow me on Instagram at @RealBradBernstein. Drop me a DM. I'll be happy to answer your questions as best as I can. You could also follow us at Bradshaw Live. You don't like 2 hours of me and Yo-Yo, but you like 30 seconds? Follow us at Bradshaw Live. And of course, you could also follow us on TikTok, our fastest growing social media platform. You can leave me a silly question. You can leave me a serious question. I'll answer all of them. All right? You want to marry strippers in another country? I'll answer it. You want to worry about if you're getting stabbed to death, what happens? I'll answer it. You have a more serious question? I'm going to answer that too. Just follow me on Bradshaw Live on TikTok and leave your questions in the comment section.
And you guys can follow me at Jonathan Elias TV on Instagram.
And later in the show, squad member Joelle-Ann Reid, also known as Just Call Me Joelle, also known as Juscallme. She's going up against crew member Jeremy Goldberg, also known as Jay Rhymes, also known as our Tuesday T. Butler, also known as our associate producer, in a game of squad versus crew, this time testing their knowledge of Asian American and Pacific Islander heritage. We'll find out where some of our favorite musicians are from and who will win in the next round of squad versus crew. Scores now squad 9, crew 8, so we could see a tie or the squad cruising ahead.
And now in this VIP outtake, writer and first-generation Irish-American Vin McCarthy tells us how he identifies culturally.
How are you defining your identity these days now?
Mostly as a New Yorker, if I'm being honest. I've done a bit more traveling in my time, but I've gone to other places, and I've always kind of, the first thing that I lead with when people ask me where I'm from is I just say New York City. But so then, I guess by extension of that, I just say, I'm Irish-American. I fall into both camps. Both of these identities have shaped the person that I am today. I wouldn't be who I was if my parents had come from any other country or if they had been born here. I wouldn't have the perspectives that I have or, have the experiences that I have. So I think that I'm comfortably Irish-American.
All right, ready for some social media check-in? Let's do it.
All right, Joelle-Ann on YouTube. I received a list of what was needed of me by USCIS for VAWA, which did not include a medical. Should one still be done, or have they transferred my medical from my previously denied case?
Eventually, you'll need to do a medical when you show up for the interview if you haven't done one yet.
Okay, Chris K on YouTube. My husband, a permanent resident, filed for me, and I'm waiting for my interview back home. I often travel to see him, but my recent travel CBP wrote in my passport, no EOS AOS, with a limited stay. Will that affect my case?
No.
Antene
Okay.
On YouTube. My wife's I-130 application is at NVC now, and it took a long time. My wife was planning to take classes. Can she file for a student visa?
No, because she already has an immigrant intent.
Okay. Beverly Ford on YouTube. I have a friend from Jamaica who came through the Mexican border 2 months ago and is still in detention, and her court date keeps changing. Is it time for her to lawyer up?
Yes. I think so.
Yeah. Rockboy on YouTube. Expedite request for asylum interview on January 21st, 2022 from Houston's office, but still waiting for scheduled interview. And I already sent an inquiry email, but still nothing.
Soon. We spoke to him, but it should come soon.
Okay. Pineapple Lemon on YouTube. If at the AOS interview, the officer asked, why did we take so long to file the I-485? Is it okay to tell them we were waiting for the petitioner, which is the spouse, to become a U.S. citizen, or will that make them mad?
No, it's fine.
Tunde Ebun on YouTube. Will divorce affect the pending I-130 for minor children of LPR, and how do I inform USCIS to update the case's status?
If you're filing for your children, you're the biological parent, shouldn't affect it all. You can contact USCIS, you can contact the NVC, submit a copy of your divorce and let them know you're divorced, but I don't think it has any effect on the case.
Neil Ascension on YouTube. I've been married to a U.S. citizen for 3 years now, only had one felony charge in 2012, but I got it vacated. Can I still apply for a green card?
Yes.
Roland Tarouche on YouTube. I came here on a tourist visa, B2, 2018. My wife applied for EB2. We just got the combo card. Is it safe to travel with advanced parole? We did visa extensions and after that adjusted our status.
If the adjustment is pending, you can travel with the advanced parole.
Bella Jackson on Facebook. I'm currently doing an OPT as a 911 telecommunicator. My OPT expires in 1 month. I've already enrolled back into a different associate's program to keep my status active. My question is, can my job at the police department petition for me, and what's the process?
I don't think they're going to be able to petition for you, not for a work visa. And I doubt that they would be petitioning for you for a labor certification.
Omugabi in Samba on YouTube. I received $797 for I-485, 130, and 765, all with different receipt numbers. My I-589 receipt number shows that fees were waived, but I have already have an EAD card for the 589.
And that's a statement.
That is a statement.
Well, that's wonderful news.
Okay. Omugabi, what's your question?
I don't know what the question is. Okay.
All right. And we have one from Kimberly Kim on Facebook saying, what does it mean if they say your name is not in the system?
You're not there.
Okay.
You're not there. I don't know what system you're talking about, but whatever system you're in, you're not there. I would assume she's talking about the EOIR system, which is there's a telephone number to call, and it says there's no name there, and that means you're not in deportation. I believe that's what her question is.
All right, and last one, Milan on YouTube. What are the chances of approval at BIA?
Small.
Okay, that's it.
I don't even know what the case is.
Yeah.
Appeals rarely.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yikes.
All right, so today we have a new squad versus crew rematch between squad member Joelle-Ann. Oh.
Sorry. Okay. I know, guys.
Wait.
Omugabi and Samba.
With the
finish
question.
the question. What is the waiver for? So I received $797 for the I-485
to pay the filing fee for the work permit. It sounds like.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like.
So it said, but my I-589 receipt number shows that fees were waived, but I have already the EAD card for 589. So what is the waiver for?
The filing fee, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So today we have a new squad versus crew rematch between squad member Joelle-Ann Reid, a.k.a. Juscallme Joelle, and associate producer Jeremy Goldberg, a.k.a. J. Rhymes. May is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So today they're going to play a game testing their knowledge of Asian American Pacific Islander heritage. Score is now squad 9, crew 8 with one tie. Let's see how Juscallme and J. Rhymes do. Let's watch.
What's up, Brad Squad? Vanessa Contreras here, and May is Asian Pacific American Heritage Month, a time dedicated to celebrating the historic and continual contribution of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders in the United States. So we're going to test your knowledge of AAPI history in this edition of Squad versus Crew. And it's a rematch between show fan Joelle-Ann Reid, aka Juscallme, and crew member Jeremy Goldberg, aka J. Rhymes. The stakes are high, so let's get started. Are you guys ready?
Yep. It's been a while since I lost, so ready to win.
Just here to keep things interesting.
Versus.
Our first question. When was the term Asian American first used? Is it A, in 1925, B, 1968, C, 1982, or D, 2001? Do you guys have your answers right now? Let's see them in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so this one's gonna go to the crew. The correct answer is B, 1968. The term was first used in 1968 when two graduate students of the University of California, Berkeley, Yuji Ishoka and Emma G, formed an Asian American political alliance to unite Chinese, Japanese, Filipino, and Korean Americans in opposition to the Vietnam War. On to the next question. This popular sci-fi actor and activist was forced to live with his family in Japanese internment camps during World War II. Is it A, James Hung, B, Bruce Lee, C, George Takei, or D, Chow Yun-fat? Do you guys have answers down? Okay, let's see what you guys have in 3, 2, 1. And you are both incorrect. The answer is C, George Takei.
Oh, I thought he was born after World War II.
Born in Los Angeles to Japanese-American parents, George Takei is best known for his role in the original Star Trek television series. Sadly, beginning at age 5, Takei was one of the 120,000 people of Japanese ancestry forcibly relocated and incarcerated by the U.S. government following the attack of Pearl Harbor. In 2012, Takei collaborated on Allegiance, a Broadway musical based on his experience in the camps. Takei is also an out gay man and vocal advocate of the LGBTQ rights. His work has broken barriers and paved the way for countless Asian American actors over the last 50 years. So our third question. Indian American Ajay Bhatt invented what industry standard technology in 1995? Is it A, the USB, B, Wi-Fi, C, Ethernet, or D, microchip? Okay, let's take a look at your answers in 3, 2, 1. Okay, okay. So you both went with B, Wi-Fi, which is the incorrect answer. The correct answer is A, USB. Ajay Bhatt currently holds 132 US and international patents, the most famous being the USB connector, which he invented with the team at Intel. Now, most of us use USBs every single day to transfer files, connect our keyboards, and charge our phones. And let's go on to the next question. Who was the first Asian American woman to be elected to Congress? Is it A, Tammy Duckworth, B, Doris Matsui, C, Kamala Harris, or D, Patsy Mink? Alrighty, do you guys have your answers? Let's see them in 3, 2, 1.
Oh my God.
You guys are in sync today. In sync, but you're not going to win this round. The correct answer is D, Patsy Mink. Patsy Matsu Takamoto Mink was a third-generation Japanese American from Hawaii who worked to change discriminatory customs through law. In 1964, she became the first woman of color and the first Asian American woman elected to Congress. While in Congress, Mink worked on the first federal child care bill, the Freedom of Information Act, and co-authored Title IX, which prohibits sex-based discrimination in school programs. So, huge impact. Our next question. Who directed the award-winning films Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Sense and Sensibility, and Brokeback Mountain? Is it A, Ang Lee, B, Bong Joon-ho, C, Hayao Miyazaki, or D, Jessica Yu? Okay, so let's see your answers in 3, 2, 1. Okay, and crew is going to take this one. Great job. So that point goes to the crew. So, Taiwanese-American filmmaker Ang Lee is the first person of Asian descent and of color to win the Academy Award for Best Director in 2005 for Brokeback Mountain. For his Oscar-winning martial arts film, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Lee worked with a multinational team from the United States, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Malaysia, and China to create the highest-grossing foreign language film in American history.
Oh my God, Joe, we gotta check this movie out, right?
Yeah, now
we
you
do.
guys have to check it out.
Yeah.
These are award-winning movies. We used to know these. Next question. So, which popular software program was invented by Chinese-American Eric Yuan? Is it A, Photoshop, B, Google Chrome, C, Zoom, or D, Adobe PDF? All right, we got our answers ready. Let's see what we got in 3, 2, 1. Wow, great job. The correct answer is C, Zoom. Nice. I was hoping that you guys would catch my emphasis, being that we're using Zoom.
That's why I choose it.
Right now, I had to give you guys a little cheat code there. I was starting to get worried. So Eric Yuan's H-1B visa application was rejected 8 times before he was finally accepted into the U.S. in 1997. After years of being overlooked due to his limited English and heavy Chinese accent, Yuan started Zoom video communications in 2011. Thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic, Zoom became the 5th most downloaded mobile app in the world in 2020, with over 470 million downloads. Okay, so our next question. What wrestler turned actor comes from a long line of Samoan professional wrestlers? Is it A, Dave Bautista, B, Manami Toyota, C, Dwayne Johnson, or D, Mick Foley? Do we have our answers? In 3, 2, 1.
The Rock?
Yes.
There we go. There we go. The correct answer indeed is C, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's maternal grandmother was one of the first female professional wrestling promoters, taking over Polynesian pro wrestling after her husband's death. Following in his family's footsteps, The Rock had a successful wrestling career at the WWE before transitioning to acting. He is currently one of the highest paid and highest grossing actors in the world. Johnson has paid homage to his Polynesian roots in movies such as Moana and Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. And I would have been very upset, and so would have Brad, if we wouldn't have known the right answer to this one, being as his head is always on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's body. Okay, next question. Philip Veracruz was a Filipino-American farm worker and labor leader who helped found what organization? A, United Auto Workers, B, Agricultural Workers Organizing Committee, C, National Farm Workers Association, or D, Teamsters? Let's take a look at your answers in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so this one goes to the crew. Nice job, Jeremy. The correct answer is B. Philip Veracruz was born in San Juan, Philippines in 1904. He moved to the U.S. at 21 and became a farm worker in California. Veracruz helped found the Agricultural Workers Organizing Committee and mostly Filipino labor union. The organization eventually combined with the Mexican-American-led National Farm Workers of America to become United Farm Workers, which still exists today.
I knew it wasn't C because Bruce Goldstein, the head of the National Farm Worker Association, was on Bradshaw Live. So
look at that. Look at all the fun guests that we have on Bradshaw Live. So being that we are at a squad 2, Joelle representing for the squad, and crew 5, let's make things interesting with our last question and go double or nothing. Which Chinese American figure skater is a 5-time world champion? Is it A, Tiffany Chin, B, Michelle Kwan, C, Alyssa Liu, or D, Christy Yamaguchi? Do we have our answers? Let's see what you guys have in 3, 2, 1. D? Really? You are both wrong.
Really?
Wrong. You're wrong. Oh, well, maybe because she's one of my favorite figure skaters of all time. Oh, geez, Louise. B, Michelle Kwan.
Interesting.
So Michelle Kwan is the most decorated figure skater in U.S. history, having won 5 world championships, 9 national titles, and 2 Olympic medals. In recent years, Kwan has turned her attention to politics, serving as a member of the President's Council on Fitness, Sports, and Nutrition, and as a State Department advisor in the Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs, the Office of Global Women's Issues, and the Council on Empowering Women and Girls Through Sports. In January of 2022, President Joe Biden nominated Kwan to be the United States ambassador to Belize. So it seems like the crew won this one.
Wait, say that one more time.
Congrats, Jeremy. Congrats.
I won? I won something?
Yeah.
Woo! I won something. Yeah! Yeah!
So I love these games because we learned so much. Today we focused on Asian Pacific American heritage. Crew took over today. We are going to be back with another one, so stay tuned.
All right, so score is 9-9.
Woo!
Jay Rhymes finally coming through.
Finally hooked us
I think that's the first time Juscallme lost.
I know.
I don't think Juscallme's ever lost before.
Juscallme, you got to come back for that.
Yeah. And by the way, if you want to go up against any of our crew members, just drop us a DM and we will include you in a future Squad versus Crew. You don't even have to be the first to comment on both YouTube and Facebook. Just for joining us on Squad versus Crew, it's 15, 20 minutes out of your day. You get a free Brad Show mug.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for speed round?
Let's do it.
Juscallme says she's coming back for
more. Come back for more. Come back for more.
All right, let's do it.
I have a good feeling. How long does it take to receive the receipt notice after filing I-130?
4 to 6 weeks.
Can you travel to Canada with only a state ID?
Yes.
Do I need a certain income to file the I-140?
No.
Can you marry a citizen to gain a green card when you overstayed?
Of course.
Can a student apply for LGBT asylum to get work permit and work full-time off campus?
Yes.
Can someone who's disabled and on government support sponsor a spouse in Jamaica?
Yes.
Do I need to do a DNA test to bring my parents here to the U.S.?
What do you mean government support? I don't know government support. I don't know what that means. Go back.
Okay. Do I need to do a DNA test to bring my parents here as U.S. citizens?
No, they should be on your birth certificate.
Can you work remotely for another country on a contract basis while student visa in U.S.?
Yes.
Can someone apply for a green card from outside U.S.?
Yes.
Can you get a visa after abandoning your residency?
Yes. Yeah, I heard.
Can someone who's disabled and on government support sponsor a spouse in Jamaica?
Because it depends what the government support is. So if you're on disability, see, I didn't get the question.
Mm-hmm.
If you're getting disability payments, yes, because disability is not need-based. If you're getting food stamps, then no. So I wasn't sure what government support you were getting.
Yeah.
Only if it's need-based.
I know.
So that's why I said, wait, go back.
Right.
And there was another question that needed an explanation too. What were they? Go through the questions quickly.
Can a student apply for LGBT?
Oh, yes, that was it. Yeah.
To get a work permit and work full time off campus.
Yeah, if you apply within 1 year of entering the U.S. All right.
Well, maybe next week when we have our glasses.
Yes. All right, we tried.
Yeah.
Comments of the day, Jonathan.
Yes. Carol Anderson, the Tiger, don't you dare say, I will not play, I hate to lose. Then don't lose. Come and play, okay? We want to see you.
That's right. It's not win or lose, it's how you play the game,
There
Carol,
you go.
remember.
There you go. And everybody would love to see you.
But, but Carol, we don't want you to come in second.
Yeah, we don't. Hit me up, I'll give you the answers. Just kidding. All right, first comment of the day. Lisa Bling Rose saying, I'm going to unplug my refrigerator so that I can't make any more ice. Okay? Yeah, because ICE.
Oh, immigration's
Yep.
customer, but
Yeah, we don't like that.
Yeah, we don't like
We don't like them. All right, our second comment of the day. Hey, Terry Ann Plummer saying, hey, Brad, I'm new here in the chat, but I always listen to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for
Nice.
joining the chats.
Awesome. All right, third comment of the day. Burrell Holt Carroll saying, okay, I'm full on meat and potatoes. Very good questions. And as usual, excellent answers by superstar attorney Brad Bernstein.
Oh, thank
they
you
are
very
satisfied.
much. They're satisfied with their meat and
Satisfied
potatoes.
with their meat.
Their meat and potatoes is cooked perfect tonight.
It was so funny. I saw somebody also,
Yeah.
like, right before we started. It's like, time for dinner. Yeah. And our last comment of the day for the week. Orlando saying, hey, Brad, you're the best. I listened to your program since day one of me filing from my AOS. I called a few times, and with your expertise, I got my I-485 approved on Tuesday.
All right, congratulations.
Nice.
Thank you for sharing that with us, and more importantly, congratulations to you, and we wish you whatever American dreams you have, you get them.
Yes.
And by the way, talking about American dreams, today's it's a long weekend
It
in
is.
America. This weekend is a holiday celebrating Memorial Day, originally known as Decoration Day. It's a federal holiday in the United States for mourning the U.S. military personnel who have died while serving the United States Armed Forces. It's observed on the last Monday of May every year. Most historians believe the celebration of Memorial Day began during or just after the Civil War. The first locality to begin celebrating is unknown, but it is understood that the tradition began as a way to honor soldiers who had died in the Civil War, which was the bloodiest of all time at that moment within the United States, with casualty estimates ranging anywhere between over 600,000 to 1 million casualties, including 50,000 civilian deaths. So this weekend, enjoy, but please remember to also give thanks to those in the military who have given the ultimate sacrifice to protect America and the freedom of its citizens. Goodbye. Have a great evening. We'll see you all on Tuesday. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm, located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And visit us now at our Connecticut office, 221 Main Street, Suite 501, Hartford, Connecticut. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAWLINK, 1-800-529-5465.